My name is Mariana Price. I am from a very small little town in a rural area in the northwest province of South Africa. I'm a small moringa grower. I also promote moringa throughout the world, and I would like to encourage you to use a lot of moringa. Use it in all your dishes. Don't even be scared of using moringa. I've got a cozy breakfast setting here for you. We are going to have a few dishes here, but my main dish is called a frittata. It's called a frittata, and a frittata you can make in different ways. We have in our area, not everywhere, electricity. It's a rural area, and we often have disturbances from our electrical supplier. So what I've done is I've decided to give ideas that should you not be able to do it the way I demonstrate today, that you can actually use it in other ways as well. And you can also use it in other ways where you can prepare different meals with it as well. Moringa is a very exciting product. As a tree that grows, you can grow it like a shrub, and you can harvest it a few times through the year. It depends on which area of the world you live. I live in an area where we actually can only grow it as an annual. Inside my tunnels, I can grow it up until about June, and then I have to harvest my last harvest just before the leaves go yellow, and then I can only start growing again in the summertime. But moringa is filled with so much nutrients. It's got protein, vitamin A, calcium, vitamin C, iron, and potassium, and with so much more that you can fill your nutrient intake. So let me start by showing you what I'm going to do with my frittata. With my frittata, I'm going to use obviously a lot of moringa, and the moringa leaves we're going to put in, but it's made with egg, and that's also a protein. But obviously your moringa has got 4 times the value of a normal egg. 4 times the strength. So remember, if you fill it, your day is going to be filled with a lot of energy, and that's what you need. Even if you have a cozy breakfast, you're still going to have a lot of energy to go out and just enjoy maybe a long walk on a weekend, or you want to go and spend time with friends. So you will have the energy, and just that energy will fill you for the next week, to just get back to a fresh week again. Now what I do is you use pepper. We're going to use obviously our egg. We're going to use our egg, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take 1, 2, or 3. All my recipe ingredients and the recipes will be available on my Facebook page, and I will have the link on here as well. And we take the egg. We're going to, let me put it in here, then you can maybe see what I'm doing. Yes, you're going to take your egg, you're going to whisk your egg, and what you do then, remember it will be a few eggs. We can let me put another one in here. There you are. And then what we do is our pepper, we're going to cut it up like I've got here. You've got green pepper, tomatoes, can be big tomatoes, little tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, some onion, red onion or white onion. And then what we do is we chop it fine, and then we mix it in here. It is a very easy dish, but yes, you can make it so exciting. You can really do so much with it. We mix that in there, and we're taking our moringa leaves, and we add our little moringa leaves, and you can add in as many as you want. You can use a fresh leaves, or you can use leaves that you dried. And what I do is I always put it in the bottles, because once you have it in the bottles available, it is so easy to use. You can even mix it already with your salt. So if you add here, you will see that you already have moringa in here, and it is easy, it's accessible. You see, it just makes it easier to use. You can add a little bit of pepper in here, and then you can add some rosemary. Rosemary is also a very good and healthy add to your mix. But let me put a few more moringa leaves in here. In some areas, the moringa leaves grow bigger. Depends on where you are in the world. Our moringa is healthy and it's grown organically. It has got a lot of value, so use it. I get so excited if I just hear the word moringa. Yes, and that is now the moringa. All that, we can add a little bit of cheese. I've got some yellow cheese here and also some white cheese, mozzarella. So you mix that in there. And what we do, I'm out on a farm, so if you see a fly, yeah, you mix it all in. And what you will do is you will make sure that it's mixed in properly. And yes, what you do is you pour it in a bowl or in a pan. It's either a bowl or a pan. And what you do with that is now comes the part that's very exciting. If it's in a pan, you can do it on the stove. If you've got a microwave, I don't prefer not to use a microwave, but you can put it inside the microwave to bake for a little while. Not a lot, just a few minutes, so that it actually brings the egg to a firm consistency. And you can put as many other ingredients in here. You can add other vegetables or leaves to it. And then, like what I've done is I've put this one, because we live in Africa, I've put this one in a pot with a little layer of a metal sheet at the bottom, and I've put the lid on, and it basically steamed in the pot, in a hot pot. You can put it on gas. If you haven't got electricity and you've got a gas bottle, and you just put it on top of the gas in the pot, but make sure it's not on the bottom of the pot. Let it a little bit up from the bottom of the pot, and put the lid on. It steams, and you've got a lovely frittata. And this frittata is nice for a breakfast, because you can, even if you don't want to eat the whole one, you can eat half of it. If it's in a big pan, then you can make it a lot, so it's a big pan. Then you can cut it up in slices like a pizza, and you can serve it like that. What I've done is I've also used exactly the same ingredients, and what I've done is I've just made first didn't add all my tomato, moringa and onion and the peppers and the herbs. I didn't add it into my egg. And what I did is I'm making an omelette with exactly the same ingredients. So with all these ingredients, you can really make some super exciting products, meals to eat. What I've also got here, I've prepared a frittata cake in a pan. What I did is I've just added a lovely potato. I've grated the potato, a normal potato. You can use even other type of potatoes. We get different color potatoes. You can use that. And with exactly the same ingredients that I have here, I've added flour and the potato. And by adding the flour and the potato, you actually get a very nice crispy cake that you can use. Then you can serve it with a pesto. I do make lovely pesto. Pesto, you can use spinach with the moringa leaves, and you add a little bit of nuts, fine pine nuts, and you can use feta in here with olive oil and a little bit of vinegar. That recipe is also on my Facebook page, and you can add a little bit of chili. If you would like the chili, you can add pimento. That's a red pimentos. That's like a very burny taste. Yes, just enjoy it. It is very, very, very nice to use that. And then to make it very exciting for the breakfast, you can make a lovely tea. I make moringa tea. My tea is not plain moringa. I do have a moringa blend. And in my moringa blend, I add mint, a South African lavender called the Margaret Roberts lavender. I also add moringa leaves that are dried, and I've got rooibos. Rooibos is also a South African bush tea, and that's where you get the red color from. And a lot of people look at my tea and they say, but that's not moringa. I said it is moringa, and it is healthy because if you can add a little bit of honey, and if you don't ever use sugar, don't use normal sugar, use your honey, and you can add the honey in it to make it very delicious. And look what I've done as well. I made it a little bit weaker, and I add some fruit to it. I've added here lemon and orange. You can add apple, you can add pineapple, you can add a little bit of juice to it with a little bit of honey, and you make an iced tea. And with this lovely iced tea goes so well with your frittata. The frittata is really some amazing dish that anybody would love. And if you serve it with your pesto as well, it really makes a very, very nice dish for a cozy breakfast. You can even do it a little bit before the time, so you don't have to rush and serve an omelette. But if it is just two people, an omelette is so easy to make, and it is the same ingredients. It's just served in a different way. Now with this tea, moringa tea, you can even add gelatine to it. If you add a little bit of gelatine to it, you can make a jelly for maybe for the evening. So if you've got leftover of your iced tea, then add the gelatine to it, and with the gelatine, you're going to create for yourself a lovely dessert for the evening. It's just a little bit of idea. You can even add a lot of gelatine, and you put it in little trays, and you can make gummy bears for it. Gummy bears are nice if you like to snack, but it's not healthy to snack on sweet stuff. But if you add the honey in it with a lot of gelatine, you'll make a lovely gummy bear. And I love gummy bears because you can take it with you. You can give it to kids. You can give it as a present to someone. And we have to start using different ideas and things to add to our things. What I've also done is with my little bit of leftovers from my frittata mix, I've made extra. And what I did is I added mincemeat in it, and I made with flour, sauce powder and all that, and more spices, and I made fricadella. We call it fricadella. I don't know what they call it in the rest of the world, but here in South Africa we call it meatballs. Afrikaans it's fricadella, and in English it's called a meatball. I would like to learn more about different ways of serving things, so I would love you to also contact us and really show us how you would love to be involved in creating lovely dishes. This is my tea, the Mariana tea. My company is called Grow for Health, and I love my tea, and my clients also love this tea. It is beautiful, it's refreshing, and it just brings so much joy into and health into a lot of people's lives. Now my cozy breakfast, I'm going to take you to my table, because at the table I've also got a little yogurt starter with moringa in it, and then I'm going to show you how you dish up this beautiful cozy breakfast, weekend breakfast. And here we are at the cozy weekend breakfast table. It is so nice and fresh out here. In the garden, we are going into autumn. Our winter's waiting, but I wanted to do just a nice and cozy setting here, so that before winter starts, that I can still enjoy my garden. And welcome to Grow for Health, Mariana products. I've got my lovely setting here, and here I've got a fresh yogurt with all the muesli, and then I sprinkled my moringa over here. So when we eat it, we can actually mix it in, and just mix it a little bit, and you can enjoy, because this is very healthy, this is nutritious, it's got the moringa in it. I even make a moringa yogurt as well, with mixed with normal yogurt that I do supply to my staff. Then we can have our lovely moringa iced tea as in between aperitif. And here I've got my nice and warm moringa tea. It's a Mariana blended tea that I'm enjoying with my summer cozy breakfast. And my frittata, I'm very fond of frittata. I love it. It is easy. If you can stay over, I can have a little bit later in the day as well. And like I said to you, you can even cut it up. Let me show you. It is packed with nutrients because my moringa is inside here and it is baked. And what I've done, let me just explain to you, you can even fry your onions, you can fry the peppers and fry the tomato, because that it brings a little bit of browning flavor into it with your spices. So once you add it, it will be good. And there's your portion. That's a big portion, but I'm not going to eat one go. Just to show you how it looks inside. It is very, very, very healthy, and you can add all the extras that you do want. You can even add a little bit of the pesto, and this has got moringa spinach pesto. You can top a little bit on top of it. While you're eating, you can get the different flavors. It's more moringa. So now we don't have moringa just there, we have there, moringa here, moringa inside my frittata and in the pesto. So that's a lot of moringa that we can take in. If you have extra and you do want to make it a little bit different, you could do the omelette with exactly pesto. It just brings in the extra flavors. It is so nice and it is so healthy, and with your moringa pesto it really helps to add that moringa flavors. Here is with the omelette. It is when you have extra leftovers of these ingredients, you can turn it into omelette just to add to it and to make it nice and healthy. I've added the potato and also the flour, and I made it into a little fritter and a flat fritter, and I've browned it inside a pan with oil. And you would obviously use a healthy oil, don't use your unhealthy oils. And to serve it, you just put it on a plate, you put your herbs with it, you can even add your little moringa leaf to it. Make sure they can even nibble on that extra leaf. And this is so exciting to offer you a lot of recipes with the basic frittata ingredients, and I hope you enjoy it. And I've also got a few slide shots so that you can see the different stages of preparing and the different stages of baking and cooking. And yes, I'm going to enjoy now my breakfast. Take care. Bye.